proud of the fact that we now have 12 reintegration units in Ohio where we expect inmates to work 8 to 10 hours a day. Family saturating, we're working inmates outside the fence in community shelters and animal shelters and food pantries and busing them back. They're out in the community all the time. I'm so proud of that. I'm proud of our recidivism rate, but quite frankly, we have got to stop the mass incarceration, and we have to use some logic about our sentencing, I believe, and we have to look at research like was done with the Washington State Policy Institute Journal, November 2013, that took an analytical look at the effectiveness of criminal justice programs and where they're delivered. And what they basically said theoretically and analytically as we look across the spectrum of these studies, that community-based programs are twice as effective at 1/3 the cost of sending someone to prison. So, folks, I just want to say that, it's an honor and privilege to be here. And it seems to me, and I'm not sure you would expect an old prison warden to say this, but it seems to me that judges should not be the primary referral of people to get treatment for their addiction or mental illness. When we have a rotator cuff issue like I've got, we go to a doctor, and the doctor refers us to a surgeon. The surgeon takes care of it. There's no stigma attached. Think about your families. Think about the people you talk with. Is it clear? Do all of our communities in this country have a process where a parent knows that they can take a child someplace and get treatment? And if they can, what kind of stigma is attached? I think we have to recognize that these darn drugs in this current generation, certainly different than when I was growing up, are so strong and addictive that it's a different world. And people, and the old saying is just say no, right? That was our old saying for a decade or more, is awfully tough with this strain of drugs. And I think that with creative community support, and I couldn't agree more. We've got to, think about this. My whole mission, besides hopefully turning folks around and making their lives better and letting them smile, I want to get rid of my budget. I want to get rid of this $1.6 billion budget. I want to invest in people earlier in their lives. And I think there's a lot of correctional directors that want to do that, and I'll close with this. Reform is great. Folks, don't settle for tinkering. I was at the last legislative hearing I did. I was pounding on the podium. I said, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of tinkering. It takes too long. We've got evidence out there to use. Let's use it. But it just takes too long. And I know that my fellow correctional directors feel the same way. The unfortunate thing is, and I was telling the story earlier this morning, we have 20 state correctional directors that have less than 18 months in their job. And it's very, very difficult for them to lead when they're just trying to find and figure out. It's awfully easy just to manage that system. But the true sense, and all of us have to be leaders in this and go out and tell a message that there's a better way. There's a better way. And we know that. We've seen it, evidence produced it, and we've got enough caring people to really carry this out. So don't let this gathering just let us feel good. Like I did, I think, 3 weeks ago in that church. I felt pretty good. But I'm not sure anything happened. With the talent and insight of the people in this room, let's carry this message outside these walls. Let's knock the walls down, because the people don't know the truth. And when people know the truth, they change their minds. Thank you.